All right, guys, good evening, good afternoon, good night, and welcome to the Gigi Show. Today, I want to welcome all those who are listening to us here in the US, the Caribbean, and around the world. It's a pleasure to be here with you, serving you with yet another important topic. Guys, I want to welcome all those who are logged in with us on the Facebook page or even on YouTube. I want to encourage you to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow us on our Facebook page. And of course, we do have another important topic that we want to get into a discussion this afternoon. But before we even get to that, I want to celebrate with those who are celebrating their birthdays today. Today, we do have one of our ladies from the Know Your Word Foundation who is celebrating her birthday, and it's no other than Miss Nacia Charles is celebrating her birthday. We want to celebrate with you. Nacia, may God continue to richly bless you. If there's anyone who is on the live who is celebrating a birthday, we want to celebrate with you. May God continue to richly bless you. And to our listening audience, I want to say share the live, encourage someone, invite someone to come into the conversation this afternoon. As I said, we have another interesting topic that we want to delve into. But we're going to get, before we get into the topic, we do have a guest who is joining us. But before we get to our guest, let me say our topic for today is dating in a marriage and a committed relationship. Dating in a committed marriage and relationship. But we're going to get into the conversation before we get into the conversation. We're going to invite our guests to be a part of what. And of course, we do have my panel. Of course, I have my co-host is joining me right now, and I'm going to go to my co-host, and then I'm going to go to my guest and introduce her. Idris, good evening and welcome to the show.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again. Thank you for always taking time out of your busy schedule to hop on the Gigi Show platform to show your support, to show your love, to engage in conversation. I want to say thank you to Coach Michelle for joining us. It's wonderful having you here. Um, Shout out to those of you celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, graduation, whatever it is you may be celebrating. We from the Gigi Show want to wish you all the best and say thank you and have a wonderful evening as you stay on and join us in this conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Idris. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us on the G Show. I want to show my appreciation to you always out of your busy schedule to be a part here and giving back to our community, Idris. So once again, I must say a big thank you. So we do have a special
Always a
guest.
pleasure. Always a
Um,
pleasure, Gigi.
no other. Yes, thank you so much. So I want to welcome our special guest for today. Listen, let me say this a little bit. When I spoke to this woman for the first time, uh, she is full of wisdom, and she is versed in this conversation, in such conversation that we'll be having here this evening. Coach Michelle, I want to welcome you to the platform for the first time. The Gigi Show. It's a pleasure having you here. Welcome.
Thank you, Gigi, and thank you, Idris. I am most welcome to be here. I love our first conversation and I look forward to this one. I just want to have a disclaimer. If you hear my voice is a little quiet, it's because I'm recovering from some mouth work surgery today. So I will be doing my best. I'm not normally this quiet.
That's okay. Thank you so much. But we love the fact that you've taken the time out. I mean, when I spoke with you, you said, you're in a procedure, but you still, make the
Yes,
time to come and sit here with us. But before we go
absolutely.
any further, Aegis, we want to encourage persons to share this live. We really want
G,
you
I
to
think you're
share
muted, love.
as I'm not. Are you hearing me now? You guys are not hearing me?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, Coach
I
I'm
Michelle.
cannot
hearing
hear
you.
you.
I can hear you.
Can't
Are
hear
you
you.
guys
You can't
hearing
hear
me?
me either?
No,
Ooh. So you're not hearing me.
Idris, say something.
I think our system is playing games because now I'm not hearing you either. So, all right.
Are you guys hearing me now?
Yes,
No?
I can hear
I'm
you
hearing
now.
you, Gigi. Are you
Are
hearing
you,
me?
are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you guys hearing
Yes,
me?
I'm hearing you guys loud and clear. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yes,
Awesome.
yes, yes, yes. All right. Yes. I was saying I would like to have persons to encourage them to share this live, just to as much persons as possible so that we can be able to get this conversation started because we're going to only be here for an hour. We want to get this conversation rolling in and out, just to leave whatever we can able to leave with you. So, Idris, I'm going to also give you an opportunity to go and do your sharing and tagging persons in the live as we could start this conversation. All right.
Awesome.
Yes. All right. So, good. Let's get into this conversation. Okay, good. I see persons are coming on already. All right. And I'm going to keep tagging as much as persons that I can. All right. Good. Our conversation for today, our topic for today, dating in a committed/marriage relationship. Um, Let me go to Idris. Idris, you you may able to expound a little bit on. I think the internet is giving some trouble today. Are you guys hearing me,
I can
Coach
hear
Michelle?
you. I can hear you. It just
I
goes
think
in
I
and
need to.
out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's the internet is giving some trouble. The Wi-Fi is giving some trouble today. And as I was saying, I really like persons to come in and tag a friend, tag someone, share the live so that we can able to get into the conversation. So, Coach Michelle, we're talking about dating in a committed relationship. I know this is your field. This is what you deal with when it comes to relationship. But even before we get into that conversation, I really would want you to tell the audience what you do, um, what's your field, what you specialize in, and the reason why we brought you into this conversation this afternoon. Can you tell the audience a little bit about who Coach Michelle is?
Coach Michelle is and I don't want to sound cliche, but I am seriously a God-fearing woman because everything about my life is guided by that. So I preface with that first, and then I'm a wife. I'm a woman, a wife, and a mother, and even a grandmother. Oh my goodness. But what I do is what I've been doing all my life. I help people to connect, maintain relationships in the healthiest way they possibly can. And so I deal with people who are finding themselves. My first book I wrote is Who I Am, Whose I Am, and I Am. And that was because finding yourself is the most important thing and knowing who you are. And then you can date intentionally and you can build a legacy through relationship, as in marriage, for a lifetime for the next generation. So I keep people connected in a healthy way.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why we've really, I think Idris got kicked out. Let me try to get her in back. Um, okay. So Idris got kicked out. She's going to come back in. And that's one of the reasons why we really wanted to have you in this conversation today. I appreciate the fact once again. Um, to have you a part of this conversation. Now, as I said, our topic today is dating in a marriage or a committed relationship.
So I was a little thrown off
Ah,
by this by the title.
yes.
Dating in a marriage. Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to make sure I
Date,
understand
okay, so
clearly. Uh-huh.
dating in marriage and committed relationship. Because in some
Okay.
cases, some people still, after the marriage, they don't date anymore. Like,
Okay, I see where
take for
you're going with
instance,
this.
you may
Gotcha.
have a date night, right?
Okay,
You may
gotcha.
have a date night, and first, before you got married, you were there, you're going out on dates, you're having a date night, going on vacation, and as soon as you got married, all that is gone.
Yeah.
Now, how do we deal to persons who are listening and may not be dealing or may not be dating anymore in that relationship or in that marriage, or let's say committed relationship? How do you speak to someone about that?
First thing, you have to acknowledge that the routine of life happens after you have committed to each other. It starts to
Mm-hmm.
happen. That means we have the light bill, the phone bill, we have the children, we have the payments, we have somebody passed away, we lost a job. Those things that starts to happen makes it feels
Mm-hmm.
harder because there's no
Mm-hmm.
more that romanticized idea of relationship. I'm not trying anymore to get you. I have you, you have
I
me.
already have you
And
right. Yes.
now we are trying to
Mm-hmm.
make life, and life have a funny way of giving us all these sour grapes, right? So I always tell people, stop making it such a difficult thing to do, because we always want to go out. We want to go a
Mm-hmm.
place. We want to make it this adventure that it has a destination. And really and truly, the destination is just being present, right? And what that
Mm-hmm.
means is, as a wife, I recognized early on we didn't have a lot of finance to be going to dinners and all that stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
started to be creative. My husband comes in the house, he walks in that bedroom, and there's some Dollar Tree petals, there's a blanket on the floor, and there's a dinner waiting for him, and we are having a picnic within our own home because we had 4 kids. Who's taking care of those kids? We have no family around. And so if we understand the limitations that which we have around us and stop trying to aim for this idea of what date night should look like, we can be creative right in our spaces. So I think there's so much restriction on what it's supposed to look like that we
Mm-hmm.
don't do anything. And I think date night is being present with each other. So you can be intentional and say, we're going to watch a movie together. And then we're going to spend time together. I mean, that's intentionality behind it, not just watch TV. We're picking a movie.
Mm-hmm.
We're deciding about the movie. It's a
Yes.
collaborative discussion. No, I don't want to see that. Oh, this one is better. Oh, this. So we are picking something that we both want to, right?
Yes.
So for me, if you are limited by the kids, babysitter, finance, get creative. Understand the presence of your partner with you is what you need, not the activity itself. And I think we get that confused. So, for anyone struggling in that area, I think you have to take the restrictions off and get a bit creative. And
Be
something I
creative.
want to add to that,
Mm-hmm.
and I go back to when we were in our like 10th year and stuff. Things were, we had businesses, and so it was like all your money go to the business. You never have nothing. And I recognize that when those things are happening, when you don't have, you start to get bugged down. But the things that are simple, like I start buying things that I saw my husband needed. Like, let's say his shirt, his vest was getting rusty. I would pick up a vest and bag it up. It takes me $7 and give it to him. It brightened his day. It shows intentionality. It shows care. Those are things that you don't realize you're dating your partner, because when you were actually seeing each other, You look for anything that you can please that person and bring a smile to their face. It's the same thing. It's
Yes.
all about if they like gum. My husband used to like gummy bears. I pick up
Mhm.
gummy bears, put it in his car with a note that says, "Have a great day." You're dating. You don't
Wow.
have to go to dinner to date.
Wow.
It's to remember, and there's an intention behind actually celebrating the person I say I love. So I think people need to get a little more creative in how they actually date their partner.
Thank you so much, Coach Michelle. Before I go to Idris, Coach Michelle, do you think that the burdens of life also can bring that kind of strain on your relationship? Yeah. How
Absolutely. Life be
yeah.
life then. Um, I have a friend right now who is dealing with a loss in their family. There's no thinking about dating in the next months because there's
Ah,
a presence of a loss. But we
mhm.
have to acknowledge those things, right? And so, what do you do in a space that you're dealing with loss? You're dealing with sickness? Acknowledge it.
Yes.
Acknowledge
Absolutely.
it and acknowledge what that person is actually experiencing in that place. That is caring. Remember, this whole idea of dating, we have made it an actual destination. It's an intentionality behind caring and showing and demonstrating it, right? And
Yes.
how you do that is not limited by circumstances. You can show up for someone and not go anywhere.
Mm. Thank you so much, Coach Michelle. Idris, delve into this conversation. I love it. I'm loving it. I'm really, really loving it.
Well, I don't know what I missed since I got kicked out and I just couldn't get back in. Not hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing you, but what mostly what you spoke about is about, when you're dating in a relationship, mostly what you came in and you heard about what some of the things that you should do with your husband if you can't go out, or your partner. You may not be afford to able to go out on a date, or you take a drive somewhere, but you can have date night at home.
Yeah.
Have date
Yeah.
night at home. And I really, really love this because, somebody may be learning from this evening. It's like not necessary that you have to say, oh, but I don't have money. You can't. Yes, even if it's $10, you can
Yeah.
make a date night from that $10. We can
Yeah.
able to order some peanuts,
Yeah.
or we may have some wine at home. Okay, let's do date. Now, what movie are we gonna look at? We have our coffee, we have our peanuts, or even some popcorn.
Yeah.
And just make it fun.
Yeah.
You hook up on the couch and you just do your thing, especially when it's cold and in the winter time. So there's so much
Mm-hmm.
that we can add to it. But we're gonna come back to Coach Michelle. But I really want you to delve into this conversation as we get deeper into it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Are you hearing me now, Coach Michelle? I know you indicated you weren't hearing me earlier. I don't think she is hearing me. Um,
I don't
I
know
don't think
why
she's
I
here, but
can't
I'm
hear
hearing you.
Idris.
all right, I'm gonna leave and come back
Oh, you're
because I
not
want
hearing?
her to hear what I have to say. I'm gonna leave and
Mm,
come back.
Yeah. Oh, she's not hearing you. So yes, Coach
I couldn't
Michelle.
hear
So
her.
that was, yeah, that she's gonna come right back in. So
Okay.
I really love the fact that you said what you said there, because from the time you've been singing, it was like it start, like I'm starting, getting some insights of, there's so much that you can do. There's so much that you
Yeah.
can able to add the flavors to your relationship.
Yeah.
Because dating doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out. You can do it at home.
No.
What else do you have to add to this conversation?
So I wanted to say like I advise a lot of times couples to actually sweat together. People say pray
Mm-hmm.
together, stay together, sweat together, stay together. There is something behind people going after an intentional goal together. Like, we're going to lose weight, we're going to exercise every day.
Yes.
Doing it and kind of cheering each other on and seeing results creates something that bonds people together. That is dating. If you understand what dating is, when you first collect data and you take that data that you pick from that person, collect from that person, and you use it to actually delight that person to, oh, I love roses. Suddenly I'm getting roses. Why? Because I collected information and I use it now to please you with that information.
Mhm.
So it's the same thing in marriage. But when we are in the marriage, now we living under the same roof. And let me just preface by this. This is something I want to interject. A lot of times, women, and I am saying this because I see this a lot, we are
Mhm.
excited to go on a date. We want to have a destination. We want to post it on Facebook and all the different social media because we went out on a date. For the male, all you know is that he could have stayed home and eat food because all you're doing is you're spending money, right? You go out and you spend money. And then the end of the
Yeah.
night, there's no actual reward for him. So for
Right.
women who I have dealt with that have a partner that don't want to go out, oh, you could cook, well, food is at home and you have this thing. I have to bring them back to a space where I says, create date night at home.
Mhm.
But at the end of date night, let it be rewarded. And I am talking, you know what? Because for him, that's where he gets the reward. For her, it's about going out, dressing up, and having a good time. Like bro don't care about that much. He's doing it because he wants to please you, right?
It's
So
true.
what he cares about, what is the end result for him? You can't go out, he spend the money, you giggle, take all your pictures and go home and go to sleep. What was it for me? Why would I
Yeah.
want to do it again? But if you go out or if you at home and you have a good time, you do a little picnic, you do movie night, and then at the end of it, everybody's happy. And then you next day you're like, babes, that was a great date night. You're reiterating what it was and you're reminding him. So he associate now date night with pleasure, date night with reward. And so the next time you do it at home again, he like it again. And then you go the next third time, you say, babes, let's go out. He has no problem. He doesn't even mind because he knows it's just not you who will benefit in this date night. It's both of you who are going to get a win-win out of it. Because honestly, a lot of times women just want to go out and they have a good time, make sure they tell their friends and go home and sleep. No, you can't do that because you're only creating a win for you. We could have done that at home. We
Yeah.
could have eaten at home. So I have to be
Yeah.
very intentional in sharing to women like you have to understand if you want this thing, there's certain things you have to put in place to make sure you get what it is that you want. So both parties are winning.
Absolutely. I have to agree with you on that one because that's what I used to do. I always wanted to go home and eat and have something to eat and eat. So my ex-husband used to say, all you want to do is go and eat. Wishing you think that was the only way that you have date night. So thank you for that
Mhm.
information, Idris.
Yeah, I hope
Are
my
you hearing
technical
her? Coach
I can
Idris?
hear you.
Okay,
I can
good.
hear you.
awesome, awesome, awesome. You know, a lot of times we center our dates around social media
Hmm.
and around what we are
True,
seeing on
true.
social media, and we want to follow pattern. And a lot of times, what we're seeing on social media is a whole big lie. But here we
Yeah.
go. We want to copycat for what we're seeing on social media. Oh, I date night with my husband, date night with my boo. You know what I'm saying? And it's really, it's really a whole big lie. But what I want to say is that consistency is important. Being consistent in your dating
Yep.
game. Don't just do it when your partner is upset with you. You say, you know what, okay, let's go do something. Or don't just do it because you did something foolish and you're trying to make up. Be consistent with your dating. Take your partner,
Yeah.
like Coach Misha said, you don't have to go anywhere. Come home, bring your wife some flowers, go to shop like $10.
You don't have to buy this whole
Mm-hmm.
big $100+ bouquet or none of that. $10. Trust me, I'm a flowers lover. You bring me a $10 bouquet, I am smiling from ear to ear. I on social media with my $10 bouquet. In the
Yep,
world,
yep.
got
Mm-hmm.
me a bouquet. I don't care that it's $10. I don't care, but don't just do it when we follow. Don't just do it when
Right.
I mess up or you mess up. Let's be consistent. Let's make it a habit to date each other, even though we're married. Even though we married, come home with a nice candy. When your husband leaving, put a nice little note in his lunch pack. And when he opens the lunch pack,
Yes,
here is this beautiful
yes.
note. Honey, I appreciate you. I see you. I hear you. Those are the little things, but don't just do it when you're upset. Don't do it when you're making up. Be consistent in dating your partner. Let your partner feel appreciated. Let your partner continuously feel love.
Mm-hmm.
Not just when you're mad at each other. Then is when you're trying to show the love and all of that. Let's be consistent in doing the dating thing. Let's forget about social media for a minute. Let's forget about
I
all the
agree with that.
hoo-ha and raha that we're seeing. Let's forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
And let's focus on when we were courting, how did we do it? Are we still here? Are we still doing the little things? Are we still saying the little words? Because a lot of times we forget the words. The words are a part of dating too. Hey, babe, how was your day? A random phone call during the day. Hey, honey, I miss you. I'm just thinking about you. It's keeping the relationship alive, active. Be consistent. Be consistent.
Absolutely. Hmm. I
Yep.
think I
Thank you
think you're
so much.
absolutely right with that. In order to create that consistency, it has to be an expectation that you both agree on, right? And I think one of the things that I think younger
Right.
couples who seek premarital get is they get to actually realize that there are certain things that you should put in place and that's not expected to actually fall in place. When I got married, I sit down and we didn't talk to somebody. Person said, you guys create a routine, a minimum 2 times a month. Pick your days. What is it that we didn't do that? We just love each other and think everything is going to fall into place. I have couples that come with me, and now they are able
Yeah.
to say,
Mm-hmm.
um, hey, we are going into this marriage and we're going to make sure we don't put ourselves in a unreasonable expectations. We're going to do one at home and one out. And that's it. But the consistency comes about because they both were intentional in creating that, as opposed to, we can do it here, we got a little money here, we can do it here. That doesn't work. It creates that, as you said, inconsistency, because when you have money, you're dependent on it to happen. And when you have time, and the word that kept coming up for you, I keep hearing when you're mad. Um, so the principles of marriage that I like to follow. I don't mind you being upset with each other, but it doesn't change the behavior that is expected by each other every day, regardless, right? So you can be mad all you want. We can still kiss when we leave. We can still pray when, you have to set those things in place because our flesh do respond to how we feel. And if we just rely on how we feel, we start to do things out of our feelings. And 90% of the time, that is not good.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Michelle. I want to welcome DJ Quinn, who has just joined us. DJ Quinn, welcome to the conversation. And thank you for joining the GG show this afternoon.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Nice to see you, wonderful ladies.
Yes,
Dating. It comes.
absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So, before we go, DJ Quinn, I want to hear from you. But before we go to hearing from DJ Quinn, I want to remind you guys of our events that we do have that is coming up in the next couple of weeks, months, and days. So first, we do have the Know Your Word Foundation is going to be at the Caribbean Guyana Day on Sunday, July 12th. We'll be out there with the entire team, all the ladies from the Know Your Worth Foundation, and we'll be promoting the foundation and letting guys know what we usually do here at the Know Your Worth Foundation. So we're inviting you to come out, come look for us. We'll be having a tent out there. We'll be having, even some flyers, pamphlets, letting you know what we do on the foundation. And also you can drop by and have something to drink or to eat also. So we're hoping to see you. We'll be out there from 11 a.m. on Sunday. So put on your fancy gear, come out. And to all those ladies, of course, if you're not a part of the Know Your Worth Foundation, come out and hear about what the things that we are doing at the Know Your Worth Foundation. Next, we do have the Purpose in the Storm book. That's my book. You can also order your copy from me and I'm able to ship to you. Purpose in the Storm. This is a book of my life story, of everything that I've gone through. In this book is going to tell you everything, but how I did it and how I overcame everything that, came to make me fall, break, and not even get it back from off of my knees. So reach out to me and connect with you so that I can able to ship your autographed copy of Purpose in the Storm. Next, we also have the Know Your Worth retreat, our winter retreat. Let me say to you guys quickly, this retreat is public demand. We had a retreat in May, and that was not enough for the ladies. They've asked for another one. So we'll be having our second retreat for 2026. That's progress. Of course, the retreat has been changing the lives of women. So we want to encourage you. We still have a few slots remaining, and it's of October 23rd to the 25th. So connect with me. Call me 516-601-8510, and we're going to be able to tell you all about the Know Your Worth retreat. Make sure you get registered. It's only $25 to secure your spot. And as you call, we're going to give you some more information. All right. So let's get back into this conversation. DJ Quinn, once again, I want to say thank you and welcome. As we want to hear from a man. From a man's perspective, what do you think about dating in a marriage or a committed relationship? A lot of people don't date anymore after marriage. How do you look at that?
Yeah, because easy to catch the fish, but it's a difficult task to clean it. You have to have the right tools to scale the scales off of it, cut the belly, get the guts out, clean things up, wash it, put some lemon. Think about a fish. A lot of people are good at catching fish, but looks like the lady can't hear me. Let me see. She not hearing me?
Are you hearing her? Hearing him, Coach Michelle?
Coach Michelle probably need to go out and come back in.
Unfortunately, I'm not.
I'm hearing him.
Coach Michelle probably need to go out and come back in. Tell her, Gigi, to go back out and come back in.
Okay, No, you would have to, because you go out and come back.
For me? Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, you can go out and come back. Yes.
Okay.
No,
let me
DJ Quinn.
Okay.
Can you go out and come back and let's see? Because he just had to do that. Yeah. All right. So in the meanwhile, let's continue with the conversation. Coach Michelle, I know you heard a little bit of what DJ Quinn said just now about catching the fish, and you have to have the right tools in cleaning the fish. Oh, yes,
I didn't hear.
Okay, so he says that in order for you could catch the fish, yes, but you have to have the right tools in cleaning the scale and taking out the inside, the gut, whatever. So what do you say about that? You could catch the fish, but how do you hold the fish? You gotta find Yes.
I'm not sure about the analogy, but I do understand the fact that what I think I understand you're saying is that you have to maintain after catching. And I do agree with that. I do agree with the maintenance of, I think relationship depreciate because we take things for granted. And that's starting with each other. We take things for granted For instance, my husband and I've been together for 31 years.
Wow,
After 31
congratulations.
after 31 years, I still find the need to tell him thank you for the things he does. I don't assume because he's my husband he should do it, because he still have a
Right,
choice. He has
right.
agency over himself and his decisions, so do I. And so I appreciate everything that he does, and I don't fail to remind him that I think he is doing this, and I am grateful for that. And I think when you, to use the analogy he used, when you catch a fish, you were saying all the things that was necessary to keep the fish happy and appreciated, and then when you afterwards you feel like because you're my husband, because you're my wife, you're supposed to. And I
Mhm.
think that's where we can start taking each other for granted.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank you so much, Coach Michelle. DJ Quinn, I know you were making a point. So you can go right ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Coach Michelle. You need to do some more coaching, man, and tell these young folks how you did 30 years. That is, she still not hear me?
Are you hearing him?
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Okay, good. No problem. Right ahead. Yeah. So she's gonna go
Yes,
out and come back in.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's try that. All right, how is it, Coach?
I don't think she's trying to get back in
This
and
is
go.
a very interesting conversation.
It is an
Really
interesting
interesting.
conversation. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you
Absolutely.
guys are going for 1 hour, a conversation like this? Why is that? Well, you see?
well, we got what we got to do is take as much out of Coach Michelle because she is leaving us in a short while.
Oh,
So
that's
we're
why.
gonna
Okay.
grab as much from her as much as possible. Yeah, go
Oh,
I
she's
ahead.
the
can
one
hear
leaving early.
now.
Yes,
Awesome,
you're hearing
awesome.
him now. Okay, good.
Yes, I
Mm,
can.
Okay, so she's the one leaving early.
yeah.
But I was saying, it's easy. Women and men, we do all kinds of things to attract people. We
Hmm.
take them out to fancy places, and we wear the right clothes and the right cologne, have the right attitude.
Hmm.
But when we get settled in, we think it's an entitlement. We
Yes.
think we
Mhm.
don't need to see her in her nice ruche and lipstick no more. We don't want to see her put on the clothes and come and meet us at the corner no more. We just want to have everything in the house. I'm talking about the men now. Some of us men, we contented with being right there, the music playing. You got the wine home, and she cooks the food, and we comfortable with her being there and walking around with the short pants. We fine with that. But we fail to realize that how we caught the fish was standing there for a long time with a rod in the sun, in the rain, and then you might pull up in some shrubs, and then you pull the right thing, and then it was a fish. And then we
Yeah.
took time to clean up and all that stuff. I'm just giving some analogy. And so we get the excitement initially, and then when we get in there, we don't become intentional enough to
Mhm.
preserve it. We don't
Yes.
communicate enough, right? And we don't think that dating is still an in thing when we get settled. So the romance kind of start watering down, because back in the day, you kiss on the seawall. I know, Coach Michelle, you know the Botanic Gardens. You
Yes,
walk and
I
hold
do.
hand through
Yeah.
Vicindian Road. I can tell you about my time. Walking hold hand, you're behind the school trying to get a hug and a kiss. You're dating. You want 3, 4 dates 1 month, and sometimes you get it. But then when we get home, we just want to be contented. So I'm thinking that we are to really, this is a good conversation to have, because people are living 30 years, and like Coach can tell us how she did it. And a lot of times, Coach, women wait on the men to date them out. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you
I'm
guys
not
talked
I'm
about
not a
that.
believer of that. I actually I love to seduce my husband. I love the idea of making him feel like he is the only man on the face of the earth. And I think sometimes as women, we have taken the back seat and we are always waiting to be, right?
Mhm.
To expect. And I don't know who told us that men don't want that too. They're not humans. Men want to feel the same thing you feel. We are much, much more expressive about it.
Mhm.
um
Mhm.
I was just doing a study that I read that men actually love sports because they get to actually get touch in sports, as opposed to men are now walking around hugging each other because it's not acceptable, right? But in
Mhm.
sport, they get that touch. And so we have taken on this posture that, oh, they don't need hug, they don't feel, they don't cry, they don't. And I don't know why we think they're aliens. They're not. I know men are from Mars, women from Jupiter, whatever. But I'm saying men are desiring the very thing they want to be wanted. They want to feel needed. They want to feel like they have a purpose in your life. When you
Yeah.
take away purpose for them in their life, that is dangerous.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
The watchword coach is entitlement. I know it's okay for us both to be entitled because I'm entitled to you come in and sleep next to me as much as possible, but you are also entitled to be taken out, right? A lot of times the dating ends right at the altar, you know, we become roommates, you know, the dating ends right there. And
Yeah.
so we have to revitalize our relationship. And that's why it needs conversation. If we don't have enough conversation before we marry, then we're supposed to have some while we marry. What do you like? Do you like roses? Do you like to walk in the park? Do you like to travel? You know, we don't have those conversations. So we don't know. So we're trying to find out along the way. And it might be, you know, kind of a problem down the line when you take in such a long time to get to know each other. No, you can get to know each other if you go out on dates because people behave differently outside the home. But we don't want to take that risk to go out there and figure it out. I know, like I said, this needs to be a conversation more than 2 hours. Coach, I wish you could stay. And so we can really, really bring
I could
some
always
spotlight
come
on
back
this.
another time.
Okay. But this is an
Yeah.
awesome conversation.
I think it's really good that you guys have added a male perspective because a bunch of women talking, we're just catering to one
Yeah.
gender, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is why we
I
love to have a
think
male. Yeah.
one
Hmm.
of the good
Love to
things,
have
I think why men
Mhm.
are coming to me for coaching is because they feel I have a balance. They hear me on the radio and they go, "Oh, she's just not for women." Oh no, I'm not. Actually, I'm for the unit, right? I'm not for females. I'm not for males. I am for the unit because I think um linear. I think generational. I think, how do I impact the next generation to change it to be better than this present one? So anything I give to the people I coach is about making the next generation better. I am not about, oh, because she's a female. Oh, those women be mad at me sometimes because
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you as it is.
Mhm.
Because um I have a executive female right now, and we were having a and she's big time, and we were having a conversation, and she takes the boardroom right into her bedroom, and that's absolutely not accepted, because in that space you are emasculating your male if you're taking the boardroom into the bedroom. So I have to remind people, the Bible say you ought to respect your own husband. And a lot of
Mhm.
times women respect their pastor, their boss, and come home and disrespect their husband.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Tell it,
would dare
Michelle.
my
Tell
husband.
it, Coach Michelle. Tell it, Coach Michelle. Tell it.
I would dare my husband to say one time this lips, this tongue have ever disrespected him in 31 years. My job is to build him, to lift him up. Regardless of how or what he have done, it doesn't change because it's not determined based on his behavior. It's determined based on my position. He does not get to determine if I am kind or if I'm mean. I am choosing. And that's what women need to understand. You hold your power when you do that, because every time you allow external things, including your partner, to actually change how you interact with them, you're changing your DNA. And I refuse to do that.
Wow.
I refuse to do that.
Wow.
So,
That is.
Coach, you believe that dating ought to be a maintenance, not a luxury. Do you agree with me? It should be a maintenance and not a luxury.
Oh, if I understand what you said correctly, and I just want to make sure I'm clear, it's not about the fancy things. It's more about actually recognizing that it's a needed requirement throughout the relationship. If that's what you meant, absolutely. I do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I think we can add more value when we date, because when you come to pick up the girl back in the day when you were dating, you spend time to look at her, to see that she look good, that you can take her to where you want to go spend that money. And so as a wife now, you would make sure her zip is pulled up properly, her hair is fixed well, and her shoes is the right color for the dress. Maybe y'all might be wearing matching clothes. And back in this time, you had Lily and Sheen and all these places, Temu. People are dressing to match nowadays, and so you could date. Am I right, ladies?
Yes, you
Some
are
guys
right.
she wear the right wig that you like. Now you can tell her. I mean, when you were dating, you probably couldn't say it, right? But now you're married, you can say, "Baby, I like the red one. I like the one with the blue in it. I like this shoe with this dress." Now you can help mix and match and make her feel valued. That look, he's paid attention to me on this date. So that's what I'm saying. Dating is important because now she knows he's paid attention. He knows my material is calico, twill, or I'm wearing a flared dress or a ruffled dress. Or, he's paid attention to what I'm wearing. So this is what add value to relationship. Do you agree?
I
Coach
agree
Michelle?
100%.
Well, here's the
Yes.
thing. I'm gonna piggyback on the detail that you're mentioning about what she's wearing. And so I wanna give the guys some advice, right? Because sometimes I think you guys stumble. Take a woman, she's going on a date with her husband. She comes out with a white dress and she looks stunning. And he's like, "Babes, you look good." Oh my God. And he's all over her the whole entire night. Next time she's coming out, going on a date, she has on a black dress. And his response is, wait, is we going to a funeral? Right? Like, do know that you have killed the whole night. I think you
Yeah.
might have killed the whole week, right?
Yep.
But a man who is fully aware and in tune, what's up, babe? Me want a black dress. I want me white dress. I want me white dress. Me yellow. And what he said was the same exact thing that the other
Right.
guy said. He just was intentional
Yes.
in not killing her spirit while doing
Right.
it. He pulled her back into the white dress. Homie, babe, look like this. I want the white dress. He's saying, I don't want that black dress. He's saying that dress look like funeral dress. He's saying all those things, but he's not saying it with a way to take away the spirit of the evening and her, how she feels about herself. So I think
Mm-hmm.
language is very important. I am
Yeah.
so intentional about language. I like
Yep.
my clients, I am banging in there. Like I sit on a Zoom, and when they say something, I see them correct them. Okay, coach. Okay, I got it. So because language can ruin so much
Mm-hmm.
and it could tear a person down. She's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna think about date night the same way anymore after that. And that goes both ways, but I just see it happen a lot with guys.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Coach
they
Michelle, Coach, many guys have not read Mills and Boons, Harlequin Romance. They have not read the Playboy magazine. They haven't even not watched good movies. So a lot of guys don't know. Then you don't have a father, a big brother, a big cousin, a big
Mhm.
uncle to really guide you with the way you
Yeah.
articulate your conversation with women. And so that's where we come in, who've been around. And people would judge men like me who've been out there and know a thing or two. But guess what? I've learned a plethora of experience. I've got a plethora of experience I can share with men because I want to see men do better with women. And so blame it on Playboy, blame it on whatever. But I have enough experience that I can talk to teenagers about relationship and help them because I see young boys snatching girls in the hallway, in the school ground and stuff like that, pull their hair and all manner of stuff, slap them around certain areas, and I could pull them up and say, hey, let's have a conversation. That's where you could add value to
Mhm.
people and develop core values among teenagers. So I think
Mhm.
what it is, most of us don't have that background and how to deal with our women because if you come from the village and where do you go dating? I mean, did you walk to the back dam? Do you walk to being back in the day when I lived in the village, we used to go to a shop we call Narvan shop. You buy Puma drink and some mitai and Polari and black pudding and sauce, and that was like a date for us back in the day. But I evolved from there. I went to the city. You know, I lived in Georgetown. I lived in Linden, so I've been around. So a lot of men didn't have this kind of exposure. So you see, and also it depends on where you work. You might not learn a lot from your family circle, you know, but you can learn a lot from where you work in your working environment. Now I work with 2 presidents, and you have to have prestige. You couldn't go certain places. You couldn't dress in a certain way. You talk to women, you treat women in a certain way, because if they come to know about it, it's a problem for you. You get 5 days pay and all kind of stuff, discipline, right? So a lot of men don't have that upbringing, and so don't blame them too much. A lot of men, we can't articulate, you know, to you beautiful women. We just see you and we so mesmerized. We can't tell you, babe, you know, that dress you wore the last time, I love it how it had this nice flare. You know how it fell off your hips. We can't talk like that, right? I like it when your arms are bare, when you just have that strapped here. You know, a lot of us can't articulate that, so women don't know what you like. You know, so we need to help them out. We need to help them out.
Yes.
Well, I definitely think as you interjected family, and sometimes that's the problem. What we saw our family do, we mirror, and it wasn't healthy mirroring, right? We didn't see our dads be emotionally present with our mom. We didn't see our mom being able to express herself. So sometimes it's not good to look in the backyard of your family because they had nothing that was substantial to actually mirror, right? But as we evolve and we're in 2026, I urge people to take classes like
Yep.
emotional intelligence is so, oh my God. I bang that all the time in people's head, like because it's first it's awareness. It's awareness of that. Let's take it back to the Bible. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's just awareness that you have to be aware that what your words are. You can't tell me you said something and you didn't see a response and feel a need to correct it. We can't just lean in on what we didn't learn when we have information that we can learn. You have to be intentional about going after and changing and evolving. If we take the men who were given the talents, who suffered? The one that didn't do anything with it. Because God is a God who's expecting evolution in the sense of you're supposed to grow, you're supposed to get to a different space. He doesn't expect you to stay the same because what did he do? He took it away from that person. Who much is given, much is received. I mean, like all those things is actually telling you that the way you are, the environment you're in, you have a choice to actually lean in or you can stay there. Growth is important. Stagnancy is not a way of life that should be accepted. So I encourage people. There's YouTube. Oh my God, there's YouTube.
Yeah.
The only caveat to YouTube that I would say is that depending on where your locality is, we have to take that and filter it in where we are. Because certain things that are applicable here would not be applicable in Guyana. And so don't
Right.
expect what you see there to be totally like that's what it's supposed to be, because you might find yourself in problems, but it still would give you more information that you currently have. Take classes. You should always be looking to learn more. So as much as I would have given anybody a pass maybe 2 decades ago, where we weren't as much exposed, right? But now, come on, no, do better.
Coach Michelle, the fellas was said, I don't want to know all that. There's something to say. That's how I stay. Coach, do you hear that a lot?
Yes, I
That's how I
have,
stay.
right?
That's me. This is me.
And unfortunately, that's a person who's without a mind to grow. And when you recognize that, you accept that. I call it radical acceptance because that person is not ready yet to move to the next level of their lives. And so, what do? You create a space to actually put in a boundary to protect yourself from a mind that is that close. Because I heard this girl said one day, that's how I stay. And I said, how has it been rewarding to you? Because she's complaining that she's going into early menopause and she ain't got no kids. Well, I sure if I'm man ain't give you none because that's how you stay, right? And I
Yeah.
don't want how you stay. So you will stay in that place. I often ask people, how has it served you?
Mhm.
How has it really served you? Have you gotten the things that you desire? Being that's how you stay. If it has served you, then continue to be that. If
Yeah.
not, then something needs to change.
Absolutely, Coach Michelle. Oh my goodness. I know you have to leave. We have to go. But I really
Yes,
want to say a big thank you to you
you're
for
absolutely
being here.
welcome.
I don't know if you want to, your quick wrap up, and then I'm going to go to DJ Quinn and Idris to give our quick wrap up and get off of this topic for today. Before you go into that, let me say our next topic next Tuesday is going to be unprotected sex in marriage. Unprotected sex in marriage. I think for the rest of July we'll be good. We'll be dealing with a lot of relationship. So, Coach Michelle, quickly, let's get a quick wrap from you, and then we're out of here.
I would like to say thank you to everyone on the panel for having me. And I want to tell you, dating doesn't have to be in the constraints of what people say dating is. Just being intentional about serving your partner is dating them. And I love the idea of going out, but if you don't have that, and there's a limitation there, do not limit yourself by saying you can't do it at home. Spread a blanket, do something really cozy, surprise her, surprise him, and just actually be present. That's what's important. Don't follow the world rubric on what is dating. Dating is intentionality to actually be present.
Absolutely, Coach Michelle. Thank you so much.
Thank
DJ
you.
Quinn.
You know, Coach Michelle, you look back at my niece Margaret spelling over there in Guyana. You resemble my niece a whole lot. I was about to say, Margie, what you doing here on my friend's platform? But thank you so much, Coach. Good wisdom. I'm sorry to hear all that you said. I'll go back and listen because I love
Okay.
to learn so I can teach. But for me to wrap up, I'll tell you that we should never stop dating the person we prayed for. We should
Mm,
pursue them. We should be committed to and promise to love. We promise to love them. And so the wedding was the beginning of the journey, not the finish line.
Yeah.
And I think
mm,
I'll make a I'll make a poster with that. The wedding was just the beginning, not beginning of the journey, not the finish line. And if your relationship today reflected the amount of time and effort and attention you invested in it over the last 6 months, would you be satisfied with the result? It's a question I want to ask the folks. Would you be satisfied if you look at your relationship for the past 6 months, the effort, the attention you put into it? Would you be satisfied? I think I'll make a poster for it because we don't have enough time to really divulge into all this subject. I want to learn more from Coach Michelle. I'm still learning how to date, to be honest. And like you said, dating don't have to be expensive. Walk in the park. Date
yeah.
yourself. You can date yourself
Yes.
right in the house. You can date yourself right in the backyard. You can just put on something different and act like you're out there.
Be
So I'm
creative.
encouraging, be creative.
Yeah.
I'm encouraging the brothers, date her. And ask the simple question, baby, what would you like to do? Ask
Mhm.
communication. We don't
Yeah.
use these soft skills no more, coach.
Yes, you're
Communication,
absolutely right.
right?
Yeah, yeah. I
What is there
agree.
someplace you want to go? Is this and ladies, please don't wait on a man to decide the restaurant where you want to go to. You must have a plan to. Where do you want to go? A man come up to you in the afternoon and said, I want to date you. Is there a place you want to go to? Yes. Remember Ruth Chris. Remember Maggiano's. Remember places, because you know where you want to go. Don't wait for us to decide for you. So I'm just saying, it goes both ways, right? Men, date your wives and women. And ladies, always have a plan for dating. You can date him too. And so good luck to you guys in your marriage. And congratulations to you, Coach Michelle, for how many years?
Thank you.
31 years. You know how about keeping fire under the pot, like pepper pot. You got to keep the fire slow under the pot so the pepper pot don't fall asleep. I'm proud of you. Congratulations to you and yours.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Idris.
gonna jump off right now. Thank you
Yes.
guys.
Okay. Thank you so much, Coach Michelle. I'll call you later. All right. Okay, Idris.
Consistency, intentionality, focus, determination, communication are just some of the words that we want to focus on when we talk about dating, in our marriage, in our committed relationship. Be intentional about how you treat your partner, about the things you say to your partner, about every little thing. Don't overlook stuff, and be consistent. Like I said, don't just do nice things when something is going wrong. Be consistent. Wake up
Yeah.
in the morning, kiss your wife, kiss your partner, hug them when you're leaving. Be consistent, not when you're just trying to make up. Because a lot of times people wait until things start to go south,
And then to
then they
start
want to put in the
correcting.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be consistent. If you keep doing the same things and making your partner feel loved, date your husband. Don't wait for your husband to take you on a date. Date him. Babe, what time you getting home tonight? Oh, I think I'll get in like around 9 o'clock. Put the children to bed. Nice candlelight dinner. Do these things like Coach Measure said. You don't have to have the money to do it. You don't have to have the money. Eat at home. Nice glass of wine with your dinner and the candlelight. Turn off all the lights. Children go to bed. We can do these things and be consistent in doing it. Maintain your marriage. Maintain your relationship. It's not a lot of work if you do the work consistently.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Idris. Guys, I want to say a big thank you for joining us here. Dive into this quick conversation. I'm here on the Gigi Show. I want to welcome those once again that have joined us. Deborah, good evening to you, and thanks for joining us. And now we are definitely going to take our leave, but our topic for next week is unprotected sex in a marriage. Those are topics that we really want to get into, delve into, and especially for the end of for the rest of July, we'll be doing strictly relationships. All right, so guys, I want to say a big thank you, DJ Quinn. Thank you for coming in and joining us this evening. Have yourself a wonderful evening, guys. Be blessed and have a good night. Bye bye.
Whatever